Among deep vegetation are hidden worlds with complex creatures and more hidden artifacts and civilizations than anywhere else in the world. This leaves millions of undiscovered strange artifacts lost to history all throughout the world's dense jungles and forests, housing a number of hidden creatures, strange items, as well as ancient civilizations, secret government projects, and other mysterious phenomena occurring in the middle of these dense greeneries. So today we'll be taking a look at 5 strange jungle discoveries that cannot be explained, and what they could mean for researchers looking into the strange discoveries. The Stone Head of Guatemala. Found amongst the jungles of Guatemala are the massive stone heads carved with intricate details, and facial features known as the Olmec colossal heads. These heads appear to be quite an anomaly for researchers, as not only are their massive size, source of stone material and methods of construction a part of a huge mystery, but it also appears that not much is known about the ancient Olmec tribes that created these giant pieces and left them to be discovered. Additionally, researchers have found a total of 18 large stone heads, each one measuring roughly 3 meters in height, 3 meters in width, and more than 40,000 pounds in weight. Interestingly enough, it appears the stone heads are impossible to date, and can only be measured by looking at the time in which the large stone heads were buried to predict the time of their creation. The accepted information from researchers is that the heads were buried during 900 BC, but could predate this time by more than several hundred years in creation. Despite the lack of scientific proof as to the age, researchers have characterized the heads as coming from the pre-classic period of the Mesoamerican chronology, dating somewhere close to 1500 to 1000 BC. When it comes to the characteristics and features of the stone heads, this has become an even more pressing issue for researchers, as there is no perfectly held consensus on the theories surrounding what or who the heads could have held to represent. Given the fact that all the heads seem to possess helmets that seem to look similar to ancient protection gear, many researchers have put forth the theory that the stone heads are the recreations of popular ball players of the pre-classic period. This has of course been met with much criticism, with some noticing that the faces are made in realistic proportions with individual characteristics, ultimately leading many researchers to believe the heads could be that of ancient rulers. Given the size of the massive stones, the fact that the source material was more than 150 kilometers away, and seemed to possess symmetrical and precision-detailed work nearly impossible to recreate with primitive tools, researchers continue to study the anomalies as the heads appear to be impossible to explain. The Java Foofy spider. The Java Foofy, more commonly known as the giant spider, is that of a large undiscovered species of spider that's reportedly the size of a man, and having survived from larger arachnid species found in ancient prehistoric times. Though large spiders have been reported all across the continent of Africa, it appears that within the Congo this native tribe's known as the Baka that refers to the spider as the Java Foofy, and have reported a leg span of roughly 4 feet. This was uncovered after a number of African reports began telling of a massive spider infesting different African countries at different times of the year. The reported sightings of such a creature occurred back in the 1890s. This was when a missionary from England ventured into the country of Uganda and discovered a massive web located near Lake Nasaya. He then writes that as they were looking at the web and getting closer to try and understand why it was so big in size, several of his ports became trapped. As they began moving in the webs, they claimed that spiders with legs longer than 4 feet long began to climb out and bite the men. Later expeditions in 1938 would lead researchers to consulting with local and native tribes in the Congo, and they told the men the Java Foofy spider had a leg span of 4 feet in length, had thousands of eggs described as being the size of peanuts, and would nest nearby villages in efforts to trap birds, large animals, and even humans. Uncontacted tribes around the world. Given the dense jungles of the Amazon, it's believed there's a number of tribe populations that have yet to make any form of outside contact with the world. This does appear to be a recurring theme with small tribes. However, as modern day efforts to preserve a native population are taken to prevent the spread of illnesses, or making any form of contact that could lead to a dangerous response, researchers believe there may be more than 100 uncontacted tribes within Peru alone. Evidence of these tribes have been gathered via the use of aerial footage, and claims of reported encounters with native tribes all throughout the region. Given the fact these tribes tend to reside in the most remote and densest part of the jungles, coupled with modern-day efforts to prevent further deforestation and exploration into different parts of the jungle, contact with these tribes are not expected to occur anytime soon. The origins of many of these tribes have been shrouded in mystery, with a number of strange recorded behaviours that leave many wondering the mental status to their villages. Some are reported as being covered from head to toe in red paint, whereas others claim the tribes have been seen to engage in forms of cannibalism to survive. Additionally, such reports are not only held to the Amazonian jungles, as there are many other places in the world that hold a wide number of uncontacted tribes, such as the tribe located in the dense jungles of North Sentinel Island. Over 10 reported uncontacted tribes in Papua, and a few sightings of uncontacted tribes located in Paraguay. The legendary Coxy. It's been reported in the past and believed by many that there still exists a strange undiscovered tribe known as the Coxy. This is within the dense Amazon rainforest. Unlike the previously mentioned uncontacted tribes from around the world, the Coxy are unlike any other in that reports claim them to be not entirely human. Back in 1914, a man by the name of Percy Fawcett claimed to have come across a strange tribe that were extremely hairy, lived in villages constructed from primitive materials in the jungles, and used bows and arrows to help them hunt and fight back invaders of all kinds. They were described as being similar to that of reports of Sasquatch people, only speaking and communicating with each other in primitive grunts, and residing northeast of a well-known tribe known as the Maktabu. Given the fact that many of the uncontacted tribes in the region appear to have origins tens of thousands of years into the past, many claim that perhaps these Coxy are part of the living tribes of Neanderthals in the modern day. Others believe there could be a hidden village of Sasquatch people, moving whenever they are discovered to denser and more undiscovered regions in the world. Today, not much else is known about these ape-like people and their hidden tribe within the jungle regions of South America, though many are still on the lookout hoping to discover a newly constructed village and provide proof as to their existence. The lost land of Paititi. Hidden somewhere in the jungles of southeast Peru were the reports of a lost land made entirely from gold. This was believed to reside somewhere east of the Andes. The existence of the lost land of Paititi was only recently discovered. This was when researchers in 2001 uncovered the written notes and descriptions provided by Andrew Lopez in his missionary reports. These were stored at the secured archives of the Jesuits of Rome. The document was believed to have been written somewhere around the 1600s, and was described as a large hidden city that was rich in gold, silver and jewels, and was located out in the middle of a tropical jungle that the natives referred to as Paititi. Although these notes had been in the possession of Rome for several hundred years, it's believed the Catholic Church worked to conceal the location of the ancient city for reasons not entirely known. Further evidence was uncovered that proved Andres Lopez brought the existence of the city to the attention of the Pope during his time, and still the reports were hidden away and never publicised. Later that year, archaeologists would find startling comparisons to the believed locations of the reported city, and the discovery of the ancient Inca military presence around the region. These researchers then put forward a hypothesis that believed it to be the possible location of the city, and that it's located somewhere in the Amazonian jungles nearby this region, as ancient Inca expeditions were common in that area. Today, the true location of the lost city is not entirely known, but many documents and reports have surfaced surrounding these lost cities of gold hidden away in the dense jungles. Though the exact location continues to be a mystery, artifacts and symbols of the land seem to be found in the region today, where researchers are currently making strides to find the city. But what do you think of these mysterious discoveries made by researchers venturing off into the dense jungles of the world? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. As always, thank you for watching.